Stroll the grounds of Roland Garros, then you'll find a figure floating across the facade of the court named for her. She was perhaps the original sports diva, La Divine, the goddess, they called her. But while Suzanne Lenglen was known for her on-court grace, she was also a disruptor. A defiant one, you might say. She shook up tennis in the 1920s, when she was a global celebrity. And a century later, her spirit lives, her influence on the sport obvious. Trace a lineage back from Serena through Steffi Graf, Martina, Chrissy, and Billie Jean, and you end up with the goddess. Born in Paris in 1899, Lenglen suffered chronic asthma as a child and took up tennis when her father suggested it would help her stamina. Papa, as Charles Lenglen was known to all, soon recognized his daughter's talent and drove her fiercely. He encouraged her to resist tennis convention, to attack the net, and play with aggression. This style quickly led to her becoming one of the original tennis prodigies. World War I would stall Lenglen's career, but ultimately bolster her popularity. After the brutality and humiliation of the Great War, France needed a symbol of national pride. It came in the form of a tennis player, who inevitably drew comparisons to Joan of Arc and became known as Notre Suzanne, our Suzanne, a national trust. In 1920, Lenglen entered the French championships and would take the title 6 times without dropping a set. Her personality and talent were both unrivaled. She once went 181 straight matches without defeat. For Lenglen, tennis was as much performance as it was competition. The game became a dance. She played with the flair of a ballerina, leaping through the air and gliding around the court. Lenglen represented tennis's contribution to the Roaring '20s, the flapper generation. She became tennis's first fashion icon and dressed without apology, taking the court in full makeup and often in a full-length fur. Around her crown, she donned a headache band, a chic, brightly hued silk headband that hugged her bob haircut. When the match began, she hit the hell out of the ball, but then calmed her nerves by sipping from a flask of brandy during changeovers. By the end of the 1920s, Lenglen was more famous and more popular than any other athlete, but also any movie star, singer, or political figure. Lenglen's artistic temperament, the French press charitably called it, became her calling card. More and more often, her mid-match sips of brandy and cognac became deeper swigs. Time and again, Lenglen would withdraw from a match during the day, citing injury or illness, only to be seen dancing or drinking at night. And this controversy would become worldwide news, only heightening her intrigue and her popularity. Unmarried despite many romances, she was in her late 30s when she reportedly was diagnosed with pernicious anemia. She would pass away at age 39. While certain details of her death remain a mystery, her legacy lives on. While you will see her image and name throughout Roland Garros, her success went well beyond the clay courts of Paris. She was a pioneer of the professional game, the first true professional tennis player, and a dominant star at Wimbledon as well. In fact, 2019 will mark the 100th anniversary of Lenglen's first Wimbledon championship. And our story on the goddess will continue there.